All right, guys, so we got to talk about another get woke, go broke story, or go woke, go broke, whatever you want to call it, featuring Disney, who has been struggling financially as of late, especially when it comes to their stock. As you can see here, it's down 36.77% year to date. If you invested in Disney at the beginning of this year, you lost over a third of your money. But I mean, hey, there's a lot of stocks like that right now. Not a great time to be in the stock market. But hey, it could be a good time to buy in if you are a long-term holder, right? If you're holding long-term, this could be a good time to potentially buy in. We'll have to see what happens with the Federal Reserve and the interest rates in December, okay? That's going to determine a lot in regards to the direction of the stock market. But Disney's wounds, a lot of them are self-inflicted because this company has gone woke, and ever since they've gone woke, it seems to me that they've struggled, right? They have especially struggled with some of their content that they're putting out here for kids that seem to be pushing a certain agenda that parents just simply are not comfortable with. If you guys remember, they had a movie, Lightyear, okay, a spinoff of Toy Story that essentially bombed at the box office because they had a lesbian kissing scene in the movie, okay? This movie got banned basically across the world, in the Islamic world, in places where it's like, you know, we're not down with that. We're not down with this agenda you're pushing on kids. Parents in America didn't show up. And apparently Disney didn't learn their lesson, right? They didn't learn their lesson as they followed that up with another full-length feature film. This time, it features the first openly gay teenagers, right? And the movie is called Strange World, okay? It is a woke, environmentally focused movie that features openly gay teenagers. Now, I want you guys just to guess for a second before we get into this. How do you think this movie is going to perform, right? Do you think that Disney's actually going to make a profit on this? I'm just saying, based on past performance of these types of films from Disney, I don't think so, okay? But hey, they went along with it anyways. So without further ado, we have to announce that this new film from Disney, which you probably never heard of, is now set to bomb at the box office, okay? It's set to bomb at the box office. So again, Disney has failed once again when it comes to pushing their woke propaganda on kids. And again, this is not something that is going to change just because you have a new CEO who is even woker than the last CEO. It seems like they're actually going to double down on this, and they're going to drive their company into the ground. Again, they're going to ruin their brand. I hope at some point some competitor comes along and takes, significant market share from Disney, because this is just ridiculous. But let's read about this. The Walt Disney Company looks like it has another woke box office bomb on its hands. Strange World, the environmentally themed animated adventure featuring the studio's first openly gay teen character in a cartoon feature, grossed a mere $800,000 in previews on Tuesday, signaling weak moviegoer interest headed into the lucrative Thanksgiving holiday weekend. The movie was expected to gross $30 million to $40 million during the 5-day weekend, but the dismal preview figure means Strange World will have trouble reaching that goal, with some reports estimating an opening weekend as low as $23 million. Yeah, so if it's only $23 million on opening weekend, and it costs $180 million to make, which it says right here, yeah, they're gonna have a really, really, really hard time getting that money back, okay? Because opening weekend is usually, I guess, the best weekend, and then after that, it kind of just dwindles from there. Yeah, Disney. They continue to shoot themselves in the foot. Let's read more here. Since the movie cost a reported $180 million to make, Disney will have a tough time recouping its costs during its theatrical run. Strange World follows the adventures of the Clyde family of explorers who set out to save their civilization's primary source of energy, a planet called the Pando, which has become in danger. In a recent interview, co-directors Don Hall and Qui Nguyen explained why they put an overt environmental message in the movie's plot. Quote, "The environment is something that we think about every day," Nguyen told Yahoo Entertainment. "As parents, we want our kids to have a future. It's as simple as that. So we have to realize the choices we make today will affect that future. As people who care about our kids, it's a conversation that is worth having in every family." Interesting. So again, parents that care about their kids, being exposed to certain sexual themes in school, and in Disney's, movies. Apparently they're terrorists, right? They're domestic terrorists. They're white supremacists. But, parents that are concerned about, their kids and the environment, they're just responsible parents, right? They're just responsible. You see how this stuff works? If you are a parent concerned about the left wing agenda, you're responsible. If you're a parent concerned about, kids being exposed to sexual themes, then again, you are a domestic terrorist. And you're evil and you're bigoted. You're homophobic. Strange World also features Disney's first gay teen character in an animated feature movie, Claude, a family son, Ethan, who is voiced by openly gay comedian and actor Jabuki Young White. Quote, this isn't a coming out story, and it's not him looking for acceptance of his identity, Young White told Yahoo Entertainment. That's just who he is, and it's not underlined or made out to be a big deal. It's an aspect of Ethan and one of the many things that makes him who he is. I thought that was amazing. Disney has struck out at the box office with its woke movies for families, including Star Wars: The Last Jedi, the Toy Story spinoff Lightyear, which feature a lesbian kiss. Under former CEO Bob Chapek, Disney pledged to devote itself to radical LGBTQ activism. The studio has introduced transgender and gender non-binary characters into its entertainment for children, including a trans man who ministrates in the Disney Plus series Baymax. As Breitbart News reported, Disney's Pixar recently released a casting call for the role of a 14-year-old transgender girl in an upcoming animated project. The studio is looking for minors aged 12 to 17 who can authentically portray the character Jess, who is described as compassionate, funny, and always has your back. Okay, so what Disney is looking for here is a teenage transgender girl. I'm just saying, come on now. This is the direction that this company is heading to. They are now hiring transgender teenage actors, okay, who may be on hormones, who may have undergone surgeries, who may not fully understand exactly what they got themselves into. Disney is rewarding this by now having them act and be a part of their projects. Again, this is Looney Tunes, man. This is crazy. This company does not seem to care about investors, parents. All they care about is the woke agenda. And every single time they push this stuff, they lose, right? They lose. They suffer financially for it, but they just don't really seem to care. It seems like, the agenda is more important than the actual financial performance of the company. And this is, the direction that they continue to go in. They're double and triple down on it. So, hey, I just hope that at some point a competitor comes along. I know the Daily Wire said that they would try to compete to help kind of, knock down Disney a little bit more here, because this is out of control. No surprises here that parents did not want their children to go see a movie about openly gay teenagers. No surprises whatsoever. Let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.